be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey guys, hey everyone, I'm Jake from JChem Media, and today we're going through 5 reasons the Canon 6D Mark II is still a great camera in 2022. Let's get into it. Also, make sure you stay till the end of the video because the last reason on my list is the main reason that this is still a killer camera. Alright, let's get this video started with the first reason on my list, the build quality / ergonomics / weather sealing. Now, most Canon cameras in general just have an all-around great build quality. The weather sealing is great. There's basically no large holes on this camera that water or dust are going to get into. And if you do get any dust or water inside of this camera, you most likely had it in some pretty horrible weather situations. Along with that, it also feels very comfortable in the hands. It has a nice deep grip that conforms perfectly to your hands, and honestly, I just like the fact that Canon cameras have more of a rounded body style rather than a square-shaped body style like Sony, Fujifilm, or even Olympus cameras. And then along with that, the button layout on this camera is also super convenient and just makes sense. And furthermore, the 6D Mark II has a strong exterior body and is made to withstand a few bangs, drops, or dings. I mean, I've dropped this camera a few times, nothing too serious, but it's still working perfectly fine. And that leads me into our second reason, which is 1920 by 1080 at 60, 30, and 24 frames per second. Now, these specs on this camera are not amazing by any means, but in my opinion, 1920 by 1080 is still the lowest possible resolution that you should use for video. And 60 frames per second is going to give you at least a 40% slow motion on a 24 frames per second timeline, and 50% slow motion on a 30 frames per second timeline. And really, the general population of filmmakers looking to buy a new camera in 2022, 60 frames per second is going to be plenty when it comes to slow motion. But again, 1920 by 1080 still isn't a crazy resolution, and 24, 30, and 60 frames per second are all pretty basic. But I didn't put this reason on the list just for shits and gigs. I included this reason in this video because when paired with the last reason on the list, it makes this camera so much better. And that gets us to our third reason, dual pixel autofocus. Now, the original dual pixel autofocus is getting a little outdated at this point. However, outdated doesn't mean bad, because the original dual pixel autofocus included in the 6D Mark II was one of the best autofocus systems out there for DSLRs. And it's still a really great autofocus system to this day. For example, the camera I'm shooting on right now is the Canon SL2, and it has dual pixel autofocus, so let's test it out. Alright, I'm out of frame right now, but watch as I walk into frame, it should lock focus pretty quickly. And it works really great for both photo and video, but I think it's much more useful for video. And that's just because if you're using it for video for any moving shots, dual pixel autofocus locks on focus super quickly and is really accurate. Alright guys, we're gonna rotate the camera because the sun is moving and the lighting is just better in this direction. Alright peeps, we're gonna try and fly through the rest of this video. Alright, so now for reason number 4, Canon colors and skin tones. Let's be honest, everyone loves the Canon look. And in my opinion, I think that's because of 3 different reasons. First of all, I think the skin tones are really accurate. Secondly, Canon colors are just pleasing to the eye. And thirdly, it requires little to no editing for video or JPEG images. It might be a little cold out. Oh, that was a bad mistake. Alright guys, that was reason number 4. Now for the 5th reason, the one I told you to stay to the end of the video for, the variable articulating touchscreen. Now I know what you're thinking. Why is a flippy LCD screen such a big deal? Well, it's not a big deal just because it's a flippy LCD screen. It's a big deal because it's on the 6D Mark II. And that's because the 6D Mark II is Canon's only full-frame DSLR that has a variable articulating touchscreen. And it may not seem like it to everyone out there, but this little flippy screen is is a big deal to a lot of camera owners. In fact, this camera might be perfect for 3 different types of creators: professional vloggers, professional YouTubers, or filmmakers / videographers on a budget. And another reason that this flip out LCD screen is such a big deal on this camera is because Canon doesn't offer a lot of full frame cameras out there with a flip out touchscreen. And the 60 Mark II is one of Canon's cheaper options when it comes to a full frame camera with a variable articulating touchscreen. Canon actually only has 6 full frame cameras that has a flip out screen, and they are the Canon 60 Mark II, the Canon RP, the Canon R, the Canon R6, the Canon R5, and the Canon R3. Alright guys, I'm freezing my ass off, so if you enjoyed watching this video and you want to see more videos about photo and video, subscribe to the channel by clicking right there. Also, let's get a conversation going down in the comments. Let me know what your favorite camera is and why you love using it. Anyways, thanks for watching, and always remember to capture great moments. Peace.